Welcome to this hour of Fall Sharathon. We are excited to welcome you back. We have got new goals to get to. We've got new guests this hour to help us out. And this is a bit different this time around because not only do we have the audio, but we got the video. Father Peter, this is your set.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's actually finally done for the most part. I'm sure there's something else I'll want to add later, but
So we have been tracking that we have several of your podcasts now available, Engaged by the Spirit. Thousands of people have watched these videos. You must be so excited.
It's exciting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I kept watching Father Randy and I in particular, just because I was surprised. But we always say he's got the Vietnamese community behind him.
Yeah.
And so there's a ton of them. And so he's got inflated numbers, I think.
Wow, that is so awesome. I think for me, what surprised me with that one is how much laughing priests do. I don't know why. I think we always imagine priests to be so serious, right?
Yeah. Especially when we know each other, we definitely laugh quite a bit. He was on his way. He was in Brookings because I think they had like a centennial celebration down there. But then we have our convocation starting this evening. So he went straight to Newport where the convocation is. And so we called each other on our drive because I had, you call your priest and you have priest woes.
Oh my gosh. So he had woes apparently.
Well, I had woes.
Oh, you had woes.
Yeah. I was on my way to Mount Angel to deal with some seminarian stuff. And so I needed to talk to a brother priest.
Oh, good. Well, speaking of seminarians, school's underway. You're starting to make your rounds to the different seminaries where the Archdiocese has their young men studying. So you just recently came back from California. How'd that go?
It was great. Yeah, we have a bunch of men there now. We have 8 guys who are at St. Patrick at the moment. Most of the spots are pretty full. Mount Angel's very full in terms of their propedeutic, their first introductory year this year. And then there's a lot of guys over there at St. Patrick as well. I actually drove one of our seminarian vehicles down there and then I flew back. So nice little 10-hour drive. I found out though that one of our seminarians had that vehicle for his pastoral year. But when I got it, I started driving. I tried turning the air conditioning on. No air conditioning and no cruise control on my 10 hours. Like, dang it.
Should have warned you about that
one. I know,
one.
it was really funny.
Low marks for that program.
And I mentioned that, and he's just like, I thought you knew about that already, Father Peter. I was like,
why would I know?
Yeah, it was funny. But I offered it all up for the seminarians for the Archdiocese of Portland, but it was great.
All right. We are amazed, and we were just talking about this with my co-host, Brian Howell, that while they get so much support there, they are a younger radio station, Mater Dei Radio. We've been around for more than 35 years. The number of vocations, he says, is amazing when he hears about priests who were young living here and like their mom would have the rosary on the radio. It's amazing how here at Mater Dei Radio and the Office of Vocations, we really work hand in hand to promote the radio station and to support our seminarians.
Yeah, I was with the seminarians last night at Mount Angel. And Michael Boltry, I know he's kind of shared his testimony on here before, but he's just a really thoughtful guy, and he has a really profound vocation story. And I remember Mater Dei had something to do with it. Was like one of those things where you're in the car, and there's that critical spot that you're at in your discernment, and then something you guys are doing on the station ends up speaking to you. Because I remember even for me, at that point in my life, in my conversion, when I first moved here, I either had your station on, Mater Dei on, or nothing.
Or nothing, yeah.
Like, so I had the radio off, or it was that. And so, yeah, it was really cool.
888-823-5286. That's the number to call this hour. It's for Father Peter. Now, he's not going to be able to join us live, so we are recording this ahead of time. So now is the time to call in. It's not a competition, but I know that you want to be able to complete this hour knowing that your goals have been met. I imagine that while you laugh a lot with Father Randy, that you want to make sure that next time you see him to tell him that you made your goal.
That's right. Important. Yeah, I gotta be able to make my goal. And also, I feel like I'm invested in, now that I have like real estate here in Mater Dei, I was just like, this is very important, everybody. Open up those wallets and give to Mater Dei. That's and the truth be told, this whole entire thing would not exist if it was all, again, donor supported. And so it's incredible.
We was just talking about the parable of the talents and how we are able to multiply, the gift that God has. And this is one way that gifts are multiplied, is being able to create something like this. And then you're able to then record these amazing podcasts. And I got to tell you, so many people commented on Archbishop Sample. He was your very first guest.
Yeah, it was great.
And how amazing, how many more people can be reached through video and through the radio waves that our Archbishop is able to do. Well, after you recorded with him, what were his thoughts? Did he look back on his own podcast with you?
Yeah, it was funny. He had commented on it numerous times. When we talked to the high school boys that came to Quo Vadis days, there was a point at which they ask him like question and answer before he does the final mass on the last day. And so some of the questions that they had for him were about his own vocation story. And I don't usually do too many shameless plugs, but I said, hey guys, I know you didn't get to hear all aspects of Archbishop's vocation story. I said, but if you listen to the podcast I recently did. And he interjected and he goes, yes, guys, listen to that. I told the whole story there. It's really, and he said I think he saw the power of it when he listened to it himself. And other people did too. There's a lot of other people that said, again, this is the problem, I think, with the world that we live in. A lot of things are taken out of context. And if you listen to the whole thing, at least, you get a whole lot of context. And I think that's really great. You just hear the continuity of the struggles, the successes, just the personal story. It kind of humanizes people. And unfortunately, the world we live in does the opposite, it seems like. So,
yeah. Well, it's just been, and then again, we look at the relationship that we've had. I remember thinking back, and we always talk back again of that first time you ever came on Sharathon. And it was such a great hour that you stayed for a second hour. And then that was such a great second hour that you stayed for a third hour. And now we have more priests being ordained in the Archdiocese of Portland, new priests joining us for the first time. So who knows, we might find the next Father Peter.
Oh, who knows? I need a replacement eventually.
Nobody could ever replace your hours on Sharathon. So that is our goal. Father Peter is with us today. Fall Sharathon. We rejoice in hope. Please support Mater Dei Radio and look at what these funds can do and create incredible sets here at Mater Dei Radio. It has been a dream since we built this media center here on Sylvan Hill to be able to create a video podcast room. And now, years later, this is what we have, and we are looking forward to seeing how much more we can do with your funds today. So please, in any way that you can, Father Peter has got to get to his goal so that way he can tell the Archbishop and, of course, Father Randy that he met his goal. 888-823-5286. We're going to go into a break. You can make your pledge now and then come back and we have more with Father Peter Julia. It is Fall Sharathon. Rejoice in hope here at Mater Dei Radio.